Oh, hello. Oh, I didn't put my microphone on. Hello, everybody. I hope your day is going well. It's quite dark in here today, which means the camera's working better as far as being able to see inside. If you're new here, just to let you know, I usually welcome to the Black and Orange Political Tarot Hour of whatever. I go by the name Autumn around here, and if there's a white cat who walks through, that is Boo Boo's and Kitty. I usually spend the first 10 or 15 minutes and I get your questions. Everyone here is really friendly. They're really nice to talk to each other and support each other. Thank you for that. If you want to say something directly to me, just make sure you ask it in the chat in all caps, please. Because then I will know you are talking to me. And if I don't get your question or I don't cover it, it is absolutely nothing personal. Absolutely nothing personal. I promise. And your questions are important to me. Or if I'm not getting a ping, I've got to go by my intuition as to what I should be reading on. So there is that, and then 10% of all income that comes into the channel from any source goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. So if today's a little bit different in the sense that if you scroll down and you look at the pinned comment, I actually have some questions already there, where I definitely want to take your questions at some point here, but I actually might do something different. I might actually just jump in and start answering some of these questions and then get your questions as we go. I know I just said that the way we normally do it, but this might be a little different today, just because I've been I was watching Dr. Bright's whistleblower testimony this morning, and oh, that was the thing. There were so many times that the Republicans would ask a question, and I would literally say out loud, "Oh, this is not the hill you want to die on." And you know, there was one Republican who came out and said, you say there were no plans, but there were plans. There were plans in 2007 and 2009 and 2000 and all along and here, and there are all of these plans, and you're saying there's no plan." And I just said, "This is not the hill you want to die on. You will die on this hill." And Dr. Bright came back and said, there were plans in place, and they were completely ignored. And the meetings of these interagency meetings to organize all of this, they stopped happening basically after Trump came into office. And it was like, oh, it was like, told you. And did you guys see, I don't know what his name is, but there was an absolute big hulk of a Republican guy who obviously spends a lot of time at the gym. And he basically went with the attacking Dr. Bright on, well, are you being paid? Aren't you being paid $200 and some $1,000? And are you still being paid even though you haven't shown up for work? And Dr. Bright's explaining, I'm under medical leave. I'm under the care of my physician for hypertension, and I was there for 3 weeks. I have talked to my superiors at the NIH, and I am now using my vacation time to be here today. And this guy sat there, and he, with his big hulking muscles, and was saying about how I'm just confused how you're too sick to go to work, but you can still get paid, and you can still show up here today. And it was like, really? You're going to go with the "you are just a small sissy man" argument? Really? I am the big hulking muscle-bound guy, and you're just being the sissy man who doesn't want to work. Really? You are in Congress, and that's your argument? You have got to be kidding. That's embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself. Oh, but they're doing it. They're doing it. And then there was one guy who was on there, and this is the last one I'll mention. There was one guy who was on there. He said, I myself am a physician, and I know that people use medications off-label because, sure, chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine, it may cause heart arrhythmia, but an arrhythmic heart is better than your heart stopping. So there's in a dire situation, there's no reason to not use this. And Bright was basically saying, we only want to support and promote for everyone things that have been proven to be helpful and that are going to be as safe as possible, because while a drug can be acceptable for one illness, it can have very different effects on a different illness or within the body of someone who has a different illness. And the doctor finished by saying, and I'm not making this up, well, I would use it. And Bright didn't have time to respond, but you could tell by the look on his face, it was like, well, that says a whole lot about what kind of doctor you are. Yeah. Oh, Stephen's saying the emoluments case against Trump is going forward. I have not heard anything about that. Oh, details, please. But anyway, all right, I'm going to start in with, because the thing like I said, down in as the first comment, I actually have put some questions in there, because the one I want to start with, we'll get to Dr. Bright, and we're going to get to Burr and Wisconsin. But what I want to start with is there was just, Trump just had shopper talk, and so he could ignore women's questions saying, I can't hear you. He had Kelly sell her soul to come out with 2 binders, and she held up the one binder, which was maybe slightly thinner than the other, and said, this was the Trump-Biden response, and it was insufficient. But here, and she cumbersomely kind of pulled out a different binder that was slightly thicker. This was the Trump plan, the plan, and she's going on, and it's like, yeah. And so I want to note, because nobody's heard of this plan, nobody's seen this plan, so I'm really curious. Oh God, the theatrics, exactly, Salome. I want to know that plan. First of all, was she even holding a plan? Was it just blank sheets? Did somebody pull something together in the last week? Did they take a plan for something completely irrelevant? Did they just copy? It's possible they just copied Biden and Obama and Biden's plan. So the plan that's in response to Bright, exactly. Props, empty binders. So I wanted to read, that's where I want to start today. I'm going to tilt this down so you can see the cards. But I want to start today on, oh, do tell. Do tell us about about this plan and that binder and, oh man. Whew. All right, let me close my eyes here. And questions are important to me. I don't want you to think they aren't, but I'm going to start with these because I'm just so curious. All right, closing my eyes and I'm reaching my energy out. All right, it feels like I'm going to be looking at, like, throwing a few cards on each part of this. Is what it feels like. All right. The binder itself that Kelly, what's her name? What is, my brain just completely emptied. Kelly sell your soul. Yeah, her. What's it going right for your soul? Apparently power in the Trump administration. That binder of the great Trump plan. Tell me about that. The binder itself. Would she actually go out there with nothing? Or is it wussy? Is it a copy? What is that? That binder, what is that? Nothing good, nothing stable. It's slapdash, it's energy it's very unsteady energy. Kelly Seller Soul. Thank you. Page of Swords. It's all because of Trump and how Trump wants to see himself. Trump the great leader. Trump. This is appealing to Trump the toddler. Oh, the Crypt Keeper. No, I'm sorry. I meant the other one, Salome. I meant the Kaylee, or the new press secretary. My plan was thicker than your plan. Exactly. What is? Sorry. Like I said, I get into these alpha states and details just go whoosh. Even things I remembered 5 minutes ago. McEnany, her first name is Kaylee something. Whatever. Her. Kelly. This is everybody trying to appease toddler Trump, who's getting his little feelings hurt. And this is all the Republicans standing firm to protect him. But there's a whole lot, and this is even, they were like piecing things together is what it feels like to come up with something. But this is just a whole lot of burden that is coming against Trump. It's here now. Whatever, sell her soul. Yes, that works too, Mims. Whatever. I think they pieced something together quickly. So they'll be releasing that plan to everybody, huh? So we can see this great plan and compare it to the, because I'm sure somebody somewhere has a copy of or can get a copy of the Obama-Biden plan to compare it to. So yeah, this will get perfect scrutiny, right? Right? Kaylee Seller Soul still works. Thank you, Kaylee Seller Soul. That's what I meant. Sorry. So it's going to get scrutinized, huh? Because it's such a great plan, because a plan would be sent out all over, right? And everybody would see it, so everybody would be on the same page, right? Right? That's how it works, isn't it? People are hurting. People are really, really hurting. Six of Pentacles, Judgment. Their response has been meager, and they're being judged for it. Trump's being judged for it. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. Oh, good luck. I guess Kaylee Seller Soul is Queen of Pentacles. At least for now. She's she is a Republican diehard spokesperson. Normally I would say it would be like a knight, someone in her position, but no, she's got her own. She kind of has her. She's filling a vacuum, and so that's her. But this is Pelosi saying, really, there's a plan. Oh, how I would love to see this plan. Let us have a look at this plan. We can't wait to see it. I mean, you can hear, I can't wait to see it. And then this is a bunch of humming and hawing, and these are the people who protect Trump, and this is the why it wasn't sent out, why it wasn't any good, and you're just trying to distract from Obama-Gate. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to read on. I'm so sorry. I normally take your questions, but I'm just coming up with things, and there. I'll just put that. I'll put that as the. You can see it. It's down in the first question mark. You can see how I phrased that if you'd like. Just scroll down. But anyway. All right. We like your question. Thank you, Deborah. Okay. Okay, so that was really early, and I didn't write down the time, but oh well. Okay. Let's look at, since we're on the kind of Trump thing, let's look at we're at 1630. Let's look at is Trump worse than normal, since my energy's in that area? Is he spiraling? Is he about to? What is his state, mental state, or okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the nails. Thank you for my blood pressure going nuts all the time. I'm so sorry to hear that. And Marion, seriously, they're not worth it. They're not worth hurting your health. It is infuriating, though. It is infuriating. But let's have a look at Trump. Is Trump spiraling? Is he going to spiral? Is it what's going on here? Trump himself. Ooh, if you were suddenly just transported into his vessel, his body, where you had suddenly had his pipes, his internal veins, and go, yeah, it's, ugh. I mean, I love sugar, and that's not good for me. And I'm carrying 20 pounds more than I should be. But, ugh. But no, mentally, because I'm getting, just in general, his energy's starting to feel a little erratic, unsteady. He can't handle the criticism. This constant, he screwed up. He won't take responsibility for it, ever. And there is a certain amount of, it takes a certain amount of humility to say, I was wrong. Or I listened to this person and I shouldn't have. So now I'm correcting. And yeah, you'll be attacked by the other side. But not only is it freeing as far as being honest and being straightforward, you gain points for being human, for being willing to grow and change. And it also takes a huge amount of stress off your own system, your own mind, your own blood pressure, and he just can't do it. He wants to run away. He's had enough of this. He wants to go to the rallies. He wants to go to Mar-a-Lago. He just wants people fawning all over him, and he wants to do the pomp and circumstance, and he wants a big parade of everybody praising him, and that's it. He doesn't want to hear anything more about details. He's a fool. I'm sorry, he's a fool. And he's the star. I'm the star. It's like, okay, fine. If we all train cameras on you and we videotape you 24 hours a day, so you're always on TV, we'll set up a whole channel of just nothing but you. If we do that, can we have our country back, please? Fool, star, the card of getting away with it, or in this case, it feels more like theft. Government, and 8 of Swords. I was surprised that Barr was even, he even stepped down today. I was surprised the FBI even investigated him, I'll be honest. I just assume, I've gotten to the point I'm getting so jaded with these guys that I just assume if you're a Republican and you potentially break the law, who cares? And the only reason I can think that maybe he had to give up his phone and he stepped down pending the end of the investigation is that he's not in Trump's good graces. That's it. Good Lord, is it nighttime in your state? It isn't. It's just very dark out. But Trump still walks around and people are, yes, sir, what, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. But, oh, yeah, Trump targeted him for the Russia report. Exactly, Harry's mom, exactly. Burr. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say Barr? I'm so sorry. I meant Burr. I meant him taking Burr's phone. I'm so sorry. They're still calling him sir, but he doesn't have the kind of he speaks and the whole world listens and hangs on his every word and high ratings and so important. It just causes nothing but criticism because of his own actions. And I find it very interesting that this is him. This is what he wants. But I'm interested that, again, that doesn't feel like the future. That feels like right now. These two, theft, government. It makes me wonder if something is going to come out that's going to make him look bad. And even upset him even more. How upset is he going to get? Between now and Election Day, how upset is Trump going to get? Between now and Election Day, how upset is Trump going to get? And we all know you don't want to be in the room when he gets upset. You don't want to be at arm's length either. You want to be elsewhere, anywhere else. Okay, my third eye, what I've got this feeling is, it's like one of those, you know those little mini blowtorches they used on like the tops of creme brulee or whatever? It feels like that's like, I've got that spiritually, I'm reaching out for this energy. It's like that's against my third eye. It's like, oh, I'd say that's anger. What has made Trump look good lately, Dave? Eye of the beholder? I know what you mean, but I'll see. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding around. Oh, we're still stuck with Renfield. Yes, we are. He's going to get so upset. He's either, this is him not being around. 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, Strength card, Magician, 7 of Pentacles. These, I mean, obviously the Magician and the Strength card are major arcana, but these don't feel like major arcana cards in the sense of, it's like, what I'm getting I'm actually getting an American football term, an end run, where Renfield Barr will stop things and other, you know, they're normally the things that the Trump administration or Republicans have been able to stop. What this feels like is information making an end run and being able to get it out. Someone being able to get it out. And I'm not saying more comes out, but it's like we know there's more. That's what that feels like. Someone makes an end run with information around the things protecting Trump. Any more details on that? Any more details on that? It's about the Benjamins, baby. It's about the money. Six. Four of Cups. Emperor. Sun. Oh. About the Emperor coming to light, this, I would guess it's money, but there's also, the thing about Cups cards is, if it's like, okay, if somebody was going to be in trouble for doing something, or they're going to be in trouble for something, it could be in trouble for all different kinds of things. It could be, stealing money, or having weapons, or taking drugs, or, there are violence, or, there are all these various things. What's interesting is that these cups, they don't feel like it's like the money's what gets him in trouble, but it's his reaction to it that really brings the situation more to light. And it's slow. I know it's slow, but it does feel like the energy is starting to shift away from Trump. He doesn't have quite as much back. I'm not saying he doesn't have back. He does. Voters are fixed, absolutely fixed. We are going through a Pluto return. Pluto is about power. It's going to be behind the scenes. It's not like Mars, god of war, like military power. It's political power. It's gold. It's the power in the subconscious, power of life and death. It's intense. And what we're doing is that it is, by having this, the Pluto transiting, takes 248 years, basically, for Pluto to come around. And, well, it's also, I'm going to say it takes that long to come around. It's also oval shaped and at an angle, and it's complicated. But anyway, Pluto's coming back up to where it was when the country started. And what that does is it's like on your birthday, where what happens on your birthday? The sun has gone around once and it comes back to where the sun is in your chart. And what is your birthday about? The sun is your sense of self, and your birthday is all about, let's celebrate me. It's like double me almost. It's me, because it's your birthday, and the sun is just illuminating, empowering, intensifying your sun. Well, with Pluto, with this power, it's also rules Scorpio, which is a very intense, fixed sign. What's happening is Pluto's coming around, and it is inflaming the country's natal Pluto, and it is making people polarized. It rules Scorpio, and Scorpio is very black and white. There's not a whole lot of gray area unless it has to do with being able to manipulate. Good Scorpios are amazing. They're loyal to the death. They are great detectives. Negative Scorpios are some of the most vicious, manipulative, secretive people you can find anywhere. So that's what's happening right now with Pluto being inflamed, where each side is really dug in. And unfortunately, this is what we have to deal with right now. Make good assassins, I would imagine. But the energy's it's not good around Trump. It doesn't feel as strong. The energy of his invulnerability. About flipping time. The attendees even know the whole playbook. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Okay, well, I'm at 31. Let's go on to 31. What effect will Dr. Bright's whistleblower testimony have? Okay. Pisces with a lot of Scorpio energy. Harry's mom. Might be, I like it. I've got all kind of water in my chart. Pretty much water and fire. But my ascendant is Gemini, so I talk. I communicate. Okay. I'm reading on. Dr. Bright. Oh my gosh, that testimony this morning. You are the little sissy man. That's really your argument, Spiff? Mr. Republican? I don't see how you... It's seriously, it's like a coach at school. You know, those really... those cliche coaches at school where it's... What do you mean you're sick? You don't look sick to me. You don't look sick to me. You can go to gym. You can go run those laps. You need to man up. You need to... God, it was awful. It was awful. Dr. Bright's testimony, what effect is it going to have? Any? Dr. Bright's whistleblower testimony, will it have any effect? He's not perfect. He is, he can be a bit passive aggressive. He can be stubborn. I have kind of a creative soul. He's doing good work. Trust me. But personally, we would not have a lot to talk about. Just the truth. But he's got good energy. He's got a lot better energy than a lot of these other people. But what effect is this testimony going to have? What effect is Dr. Rick Bright's whistleblower testimony going to have? Any? Oh, Trump's mad. Oh, Trump's mad. That's why they came out with that ridiculous, those are ridiculous binders. Surprised they weren't full of women. It was those ridiculous binders today. Trump is so angry. Oh, and Trump is... Oh, it's going to... there are going to be a lot of lawsuits. A lot of them are going to be... Okay, people who are in positions of power in the government, there's a certain amount of immunity that they get, but not entirely. And there are going to be a lot of legal cases, wrongful death cases. And they can use a lot of, like, Bright's testimony in their cases. The World card. 6 of Swords. 7 of Wands. Well, he's definitely on the defensive. 4 of Cups. Oh, he tried. He saw out in the world, he saw it coming. Now he's on the defensive because he tried to tell people, but they wouldn't listen. And this is a card I get for medical personnel. I get cups from medical personnel unless it's like Fauci or people who are just so steeped in administration, they come up as swords for some reason. Court cards, I don't know why. But this is medical. Tried to tell them. This Tower card, is this poor Dr. Bright? Or, because the question is, what effect would this have? Will it have an effect? Is that on Trump? Is it an effect on... Okay, now everything I'm going to say from here on out, I want to remind all of you something I've said many times, and that is no reader is 100% correct. Ever. No reader. And frankly, I look sideways at any reader who's like, oh yes, I'm always correct. Or they're constantly, not constantly, but they're often pointing out, yes, I'm right here and I'm right there and I'm right here. And it's like, okay, I'm right too. I'm wrong sometimes, right sometimes. Sometimes I'm amazed that I'm right. It's like, whoa, wow, I got that. Hey, cool. But it's consensus among the readers that I think really holds sway. And that's, before I started the channel, that's what I would do, is I would do these readings myself, and then I would watch the different readers and see if they were getting the same kind of thing I was. And if I got something, especially something shocking in some way, and they weren't getting any of it, it was like, all right, this must just me being, out there. All right. So I just want to mention that, because what I've got the feeling here is, please check with other readers. What this feels like is, this is not going away. This is going to be around longer than we think it is, and longer than we're being told it is. Which makes me crazy, because my mother has COPD. Both my parents are elderly, and my mother has COPD. And she was fighting cancer last year. Thank you, Ian. I am scared to death for her. The U.S. collectively having a Tower card moment. It's going to be with us longer than we want it to. There is such a mess that is going to be left by the Trump administration. And that Pluto return is not going to let us work together for quite some time. From all the readings I've done, I have been getting that the Democrats are going to come back into power. And there's going to be such a mess. It's going to be such a cleanup. Cleanup on all of them. Between what Renfield Barr is doing, the illness, the corruption, the Russian interference, the on and on and on. With these so I thank you, Kathy. No warp speed vaccine. That's not it's not that. What I'm saying, I don't know how soon we're going to get a vaccine. I'm saying that the next administration is going to inherit such a mess. And we just have to say, okay, that's when I'm given bad news, I do two things. One, it's like, okay, forewarned is forearmed. I will know, I will set my expectations, because that makes everything easier going forward. There's no disappointment if you're expecting something even worse. I know that sounds dark, but it's not, Plan for the worst, hope for the best, because in the hope for the best side, I draw down as much positive energy as I can. And I'm drawing it down into myself, into my own life, and into the world. Drawing down positive energy. And I do this all day long. Every time I think about it, all during the day, when I'm laying in bed to go to sleep at night, this is what I do before I fall asleep. I'm just pulling positive energy down. So it's going to be a mess. It will get better after that. And the Pluto return is not going to let the other side suddenly wake up and go, oh, yes, I get it now. No, they're not. But we're going to do the best we can. Tell me about this Tower. Knight of Cups. This is Democrats acting. Okay? Because they're they do that, this I don't know, this crazy concept, this whole governing thing. King of Pentacles, that they don't. The Republicans. King of Pentacles, lovers, yeah, they're not going anywhere. Mess. There's Pelosi. And they're the Democrats. This, the Republicans have stood by Trump all along, and they're going to, electorally, they're going to go down with him, but they're not going to go away. This is the mess we're dealing with. But that is very much Pelosi and the Democrats in the future here. That was the other question. Oh my gosh, apparently I'm not taking any questions today. I was going to ask, will Trump and Pence get the illness at the same time? I don't imagine they will, but what that would do, at 42, will Trump and Pence get the illness at the same time? The reason I want to ask, will Trump and Pence get the illness at the same time is because you start running into potential succession issues. And guess who's on the line of succession after Pence? It's not McConnell. So that's, I don't imagine it would, but I want to ask. Let's see here. All right. All right, let me just reach out for this energy. Closing my eyes, sitting up straight. Will Trump and Pence get the illness at the same time? Would they be incapacitated? So that Nancy Pelosi takes over. Don't want anyone to die. I do not want anyone to die. Heck, I don't want anybody to get sick, but I'm asking because it's a possibility. Does Nancy take over? Because she's next in the line of succession, because her card has been coming up over and over and over. Hanged Man, suspension, someone suddenly not able to do something. That's a card for the reading. So is that just, okay, we're in the right area, or does that mean something? Partnership, Two of Cups, the Moon, Hierophant, Ace of Wands, Six of Wands. No. Nope. It's, but she has more power. She has more political power because the Democrats are getting more political power. They've been very much out in the wilderness for the past few years, and especially 2017 and 2018. It's been hard, and it really is for the stakes of running the government. But this is the Ace of Wands is a card of taking action. It is doing something, but this is the doing something. This is the victory card. This is an election. This is an electoral victory. This isn't. I'll ask if there's any more, but that's just a card for the reading. Let me ask, but this victory card just feels like we've got to wait for the election. Let me see here. Is that victory card just the November election? Wheel of Fortune, that's interesting. 2 decisions, 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords, insult to injury, 8 of Pentacles. No, Nancy's energy between here, this is Nancy's energy, and between here and for this summer, from now through the summer and into the fall, this is her. She's fighting against McConnell and the Republicans to get help out to people, and that's her energy. She's got her nose to the grindstone. She's got her head down, and she is deciding, strategizing. I mean, heaven knows that woman, that woman can put Napoleon's strategizing to shame. Her head's down. She's working through this, so I thought I'd ask. I'm not getting it's going to happen, but I am getting that it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time until they're gone. So, all right, what's next here? 47. Make sure I get to everything, and then whatever else you guys want to talk about. Okay, I did that. Oh, okay, we're at 47. I'm so sorry, earlier I was saying Barr and not Burr. So I will specifically say Renfield Barr when I'm talking about him and Burr. I'd rather not give him a nickname. I just want him to go away. At least he was willing to at least look at the Russia stuff, which shows a shred of integrity buried somewhere. Good grief. So, Burr, Senator Burr. His energy's right there. He is, again, by politician standards of how icky is he, I've read on ickier. It's not great, but he's not the worst I've read on. Say that. Burr, are you going to be arrested, convicted, sanctioned, something because he's the other ones, they kept some kind of space between themselves and their trading, but Burr did all of his own trading. All of his own trading. So, Burr, is it time to say goodbye? It's gonna go on with Burr. He's scared. Understandably. I'd be scared. I'd be terrified. Then again, I wouldn't do insider trading, but that's just me. But he's scared. He's holding it together for the people around him. And strangely enough, I'm actually getting his staff. Holding it together for his staff. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting some... it's like frost spreading on my veins. It's like just a little bit, and it's like, oh, getting cold. Burr, what's going to happen? What are you going to face? And for the record, I just want justice. I don't wish ill on this guy. I really don't. I honestly don't. I don't want people to suffer. I don't want anybody to suffer. I do want justice, though. If you've broken the law, then he should be held accountable. I don't think that's unreasonable. Hermit, he's stepped down from his committee chairman position. So right now he is, and what I'm getting is his piece is off the board. That like a chess game. His piece is off the board. Okay. Knight of Wands, Emperor. King of Cups, Queen of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Trump's mad at him. They're not close. That's what that feels like. He didn't come for the king, but Trump doesn't see it that way. You're either a complete suck up or you're not in his good grace. That's the past. Now what's interesting is that these cards, the center of the reading, these cards, these are court cards. And they're 3 different suits. And they're 3 different levels. It's not like the Democratic head of the committee takes over. It's Burr's assistant, deputy, whatever committee chair takes over. So it isn't. It's interesting. It's almost like this is a specific Democrat. Is he married? Like maybe his wife's mad at him, something like that. But this was moving money. In the same way a page of wands can be like a message. This can be moving money. Let me see what else I'm getting here. So they're just going to go, oh, okay, well. Because apparently it's very hard to prove in court. He did it. He did the trading himself, but it's kind of hard to prove, like, when did you know this? And I don't know why it would be, but apparently he was leaving at the end of the term. Okay, there's that. Burr wasn't the only one, though. Yes, but he's apparently the one who was doing all of his own trading, for what it's worth. Isn't Rand Paul a creepy crawler? I really try not to read on him. I try not to even think about him. He's like a yappy dog. But anyway, Burr. His piece is off the board. His piece is off the board. Okay, but is he going to be facing conviction or fines or jail time or sanctions or lose his position? I mean, he wasn't going to, lose his position before his term is over. I mean, what's the... Why, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Of course it matters. I'm asking. Yeah, it's not going to end well for him. Oh, no, this isn't him. He's not going to be in the thick of it when this happens. This is coming for Trump. Let me see what I've got. Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. Wheel of Fortune. Page of Rods, that will be the message. Chariot. His Six of Swords. He's off the board. He's done. Sword of Truth, and the fact that he was You know, you go up. Sometimes in life you're really, really high, and sometimes you're really low. This was him, the message, the trade, and that's movement. Exit stage right. So I don't know. I'm not getting whether or not there's any kind of legal anything, but I'm just getting very clearly his piece is off the board. Okay, fair enough. His piece is off the board. Yeah, that's what I get. Okay, let me see. I'm at 50, almost 56. Edit. Oh, yeah, we've got to look at, oh, heaven help us all. 56. As I put it here, Obama-hahahaha-Gate. So I get to go wade into this thicket. All right. But I have the privilege of being able to wade into this thicket, which is good, because I know when I was younger, I wanted, maybe it's just my Scorpio nature, wanting to be the detective, figure out what's really going on, but I wanted to be able to do things like this. So I am lucky, but this Obama-hahahaha-Gate is just so ludicrous. But okay, we know it's the Fox talking point. We know it's allowing them to fill airtime. And by the way, Republicans are believing it. They are believing that Flynn was illegally attacked, and they really, I'm not kidding, they really are believing it. Oh, I love that Harry's mom saying, Manafort can't stay out of trouble, I give him 30 days. I love it. I love that because it's true. All right, so the stupidity that is Obama-Gate. Okay, I guess I better sit up straight. It's like, really? Okay. People are angry about it. I've definitely got a whole lot of anger. Shouting. It's like, okay. But is it signifying nothing? Oh, sound and fury. Oh, Obama's energy is there. He has good energy. His energy, it feels like if you dealt with him on a personal level, he can be quite frustrating. But then again, Leos, they are a fixed sign, so you get the kind of stubbornness. But it's also very calming. Page of Cups. They are taking a little piece of information and then blowing it up and twisting it as it goes. It's just this little Page of Cups, Democrats, something that happened here, that they are just blah, with it. And it's something it pulls them together, it pulls their base, and it's something they can. It's rancor. They can cause, it's all fighting and defensive. We'll put them on the defensive, and we have the power, and we're so great. Hanged man, it's gonna work until Trump and Trump news overshadows. Oh, they're not gonna let it go until they absolutely doesn't. They absolutely can't. They are gonna run with this. They're gonna run with this. They're gonna go around. If they could walk around just stamping people's foreheads, they would. Rile their base up. Get their base behind them. But then there's something that sort of gets in the way of their plans. So tell us about the Hanged Man. And the Four of Wands, which is the card I get for Mar-a-Lago, the Trump administration. Tell us more. No, yeah, it's so many hours. And in future, they're going to come back, and historians are going to look at this time, and they're going to be like a montage, hour after hour, day after day of talking about this. Twisting the facts, flat out lying. Yeah, but tell us about the Hanged Man and the... Because there's no there. Okay, what's going on with this Hanged Man? It feels like I can't breathe. I mean, I'm fine. But I'm saying, reaching out, it's like news or something that it's like... Okay, what's that about? Look, I'm glad that I'm getting that Trump feels like a, political dead man walking, but I'd love to see that there actually come something to that. I'm kind of skeptical of that. 8 of Swords. Well, we know we're not talking about hypocrisy, that the Republicans can't, well, gosh, there was this over here, so we can't talk about this. We can't, call the same scrutiny down upon us. Of course they can. They do it every day. 6 of Swords. This is before Trump was president. 6 of Cups, rather. 6 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 3 of Wands, Emperor, Page of Rods, Page of Wands. This is before he was president. This is the argument that all of this stuff happened before, because they're going to find anything they can possibly talk about. But the reality, this is old news, but this is in the Rider-Waite deck. This is the ships that come in. You send your ships out with goods, they come back with goods or gold or what have you. You're waiting for your ships to come in. It's kind of a karma. And that's the messenger. This is the Emperor sending out a message. But this is... The Supreme Court doesn't allow Congress to get everything they want, but they get something. New York State definitely gets something. That's what the energy feels like. Sorry, I'm just trying to read on this energy. They get just enough that Trump sends out the message. What's the message? What is this message? So tired of waiting for justice. Oh, I understand. I understand, Maria. You're not alone. You're not alone. We're in this together, and we'll get through it together. He sends out a message. What's the message? To his people, his own people. And the message he sends out is garbage. Knight of Pentacles is expecting the Republicans to protect him. I'll be honest, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what could come out that would actually make a difference at this point. But please, universe, do not take my lack of imagination to stop you. Don't let my lack of imagination stop you in any way, shape, or form of nemesis coming for the hubris of Donald J. Trump. So, let's see. It's Obama. Oh, does Obama go before the Senate? Okay, I'm getting tired, but that's worth looking at. 65. Does Obama, I'll just put Senate for now, just a little note. Okay, does Obama have to go before the Senate about Obama-hahahaha-Gate? Oh, just try it. What I'm getting is, oh, just try it. Oh, give Obama, please, give Obama the airtime. And yeah, they would, it feels like, yeah, they would do everything they could to go after him, and they would just lie to his face and lie to the country, and they would do anything. But he's just, you give Obama airtime, he goes out there and with that calm, steady facts, you can kiss the election goodbye. Are they going to call Obama? Is he going to have to testify before the Senate? Well, what would stop Obama from trying to run out the clock? Oh, really? I'll take this to court and see, argue against it, and it's not valid, or there's no basis, or, you know, that's funny, because there's to be so many court cases. Queen of Cups, Four of Cups. Oh, behind it is, it's actual hatred of, they still would love, they really want it, they want nasty things to happen to Hillary. What if they try to call her in? Five of Cups, the Moon, Fortune. No, they're not going to, oh, I'm getting, they're not going to have time. They're not going to have time. That's what I'm getting. They would love, they hate Hillary, like visceral, like, I don't understand hating anybody as much as they hate her, but they do. I don't hate Trump as much as they hate Hillary. And that's saying something. This is blaming, this is the Republicans blaming, you're just disappointed, the Obama tried to get Hillary in, it was investigating the other side and trying to make a big brouhaha, but that's minor arcana. This is major arcana, and this is on this side of it. And that disappointment, you're disappointed that it is projection. You're disappointed that Hillary isn't president, but it's like, no, actually, they're disappointed. The Republicans are disappointed that they are in this position. But this, with the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune, they're going to be busy. The Republican committees are going to be busy. And all the committees are going to be busy. That's what I'm getting. All right. Well, we did things a little differently today, but that is going to be it for me because I am suddenly getting very tired. But I really appreciate you guys being here, and thank you so much to our troll slayers, our moderators. You guys are so great. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Linda. Thank you, Noelle. All the moderators. Thank you. All right. So I hope you guys have a great day. I will be back here tomorrow, and we will keep on keeping on. Next week, I think it is going to be my 500th video, and I don't know if I'm going to do anything special. I don't know. I'm not even sure what I would do. But anyway, if anybody has any ideas, that would be awesome. But otherwise, I'll just do the same thing, and we'll just keep on keeping on. I am feeling more hopeful about what's coming. I really am. And it's nice to feel that, because boy, it's been a dark night of the soul, hasn't it? Goodness. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll be back here tomorrow. We'll make you a cake. Oh, I love cake. Oh, yeah, I've much too much love cake and, yeah, sugary anything. But anyway. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Hang in there. We're in this together. All right, we'll get through it together. We will. All right. Take care.